Welcome to Game Crunch, your weekly video game podcast. My name is Mike Anastasia, and with me today we have Nick.
Hello.
And Brandon.
Hello.
We're here to talk about games and things.
Things of games.
I don't know. There's lots of news this week. You guys ready to get into what we're gonna play?
Let's go ahead.
All right, I'll go first. I finished up Famicom Detective Club, both of them now.
Okay.
So they're still great. The second one, I was right now that I played through the whole thing in terms of like it is a little bit more refined in like the gameplay aspect of it. Like it doesn't leave you guessing what to do as much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I ran into like any major like weird things with that one. And the story took a twist that I didn't expect it to. Not like super like deviant, but it did a better job of like leaving one twist right until the end, just to kind of leave you guessing. But it wasn't so far out there that you might not have come to that conclusion, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So I liked it. I thought it was good. I honestly kind of hope that they're using this as a platform to kind of just make more. Like, because I kind of feel like if we're going to take the time to remake a 30-year-old series, then you might just use it as like a platform to make more of them. That would be cool. I don't know if that's what they're planning on doing. I don't think they've said anything yet. But I mean, visual novels are a popular genre these days, and they could do a lot with some of these ideas that they've already put down. So I like it. That's all I gotta say. If you're into that kind of stuff, try them out. The other thing I've been playing is Miitopia. So I ended up buying the whole thing. I think I had said I might before when I played the demo because I liked it. So I ended up downloading the rest of it because, well, it's kind of like the side story to why was, I think I told you guys last week that I pre-ordered that Zelda amiibo, and because it was through Best Buy, like a lot of times if I want to get free shipping, sometimes I'll just throw in like an eShop card because I'm like, I'll use it anyways. It's digital, so I have to use it right away, and then I'll get the free shipping with it or whatever too. So then I was like, well, now I got this $20 burning a hole in my pocket. So I'm like, what else do I want to play? And I was like, oh, Miitopia comes out like tomorrow or whatever it was last week when we were doing it. So I was like, sure, let's do it. So it lets you pick up right off where the demo leaves off. And there's a lot to this game. It's surprisingly just seems to keep going forever. I mean, it is an RPG. So I mean, it's not like it's unexpected. But yeah, it just is a lot. There is I don't know how far I'm into it right now because I can't see how many hours I've put into it. A good chunk of time. And there's this weird kind of like chapter breaking thing. Like breaking. How do I put it? So you get to the end of the chapter and then like the Dark Lord will come in and like swoop your characters away. And then you kind of like start up again kind of from like ground zero. Like it's like not only does it take the other characters away, it's also like, fuck you, you can't use this class you've been using. You have to pick a new class now. Oh. So it's almost like starting over from the beginning again. I mean, you're still advancing in the story, you're in like different areas, but then you bring in like new people along with you. So, and that's happened twice now.
That sucks.
Yeah. But this last time it happened, they're letting you go back and get like the other people. So it's not like they're gone. It's just kind of like, I don't know, tries to mix things up a bit. From what I had seen, it does like eventually let you have all 10 characters together. Okay. It just like it takes, I don't know, whatever story plot device that they have to like let you do it. And I think that's the interesting thing with this game that I realized. It's like everyone's playing through like if everyone has Miitopia, they're essentially playing like the same game, but they're not. If that makes any sense, because
not exactly, but I'm listening.
Well, it's because you pick the Miis for everything, so it's like there's no set person in those roles. So your attachment to the story is the attachment to the people that you put into those roles.
Oh, okay.
So it's like I think I told you guys when I did it. Like in my case, I decided to take the Miis that I had of my old GameStop coworkers and make them as like my main party, and we were going up against like a common foe. So there's that side of it. But like if you were gonna play it, Brandon, I don't know, you might do like all anime characters, or something crazy as your party and do something weird like that. So it's like you're playing through essentially the same kind of story, but it's all gonna play out like, at least from a story aspect, slightly different, even though it's exactly the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
Like the story is what you want to make of it. Like even if I picked it up and played it again, yeah, like I might put different people in different roles, and my thoughts on it might be different because of that. So it's interesting. I do really like it, and I don't know what they did with the Mii creator in this game, because you have the base Mii creator that's built into the system, but then like built into the game, there's some extra Mii stuff that you can do, and the stuff that people are making is like ridiculous. Like ridiculous.
Okay.
Like I can't believe how good it looks. Ridiculous. Actually, I had a YouTube video. Let me see if I can
Oh,
find it.
I've seen a few on Twitter, and I've just been like, what?
Yeah, have you seen any of them, Nick?
I've seen no videos of it. I've seen a lot of screen grabs of it, though.
Oh, like the Mii's? Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like how in depth they are?
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's just like the stuff that people are making, like, it's incredible. Like, you couldn't do it with like the base Mii, like, creator, but whatever, like, black magic they pulled together, like, people are coming up with like ridiculous things. And pretty much anything you want is there. The kind of and you can share like your Mii libraries with people with like a access code. I guess that's probably the best way to put it. Like it's either stuff that you've gotten yourself, or it's stuff that someone like you might have gotten from someone else that's in your library. So like, at least from my understanding of it, it's like if I shared my Mii library with you, it would be whatever Mii's I had made, along with the other Mii's that I've already gotten from other people, just in like one convenient like package. So it's kind of interesting. I mean, I don't know, like anything's there, like everything's there. It's like I don't even know how to explain it. There's just so much. So, and I don't know. I've been doing like different themes for things. Like I think I told you guys when I was playing the demo, like for the castle, like I went with like a food theme, and it's like the king is like the Burger King, and then like his like royal guard is like Colonel Sanders and the Pringles Man and Ronald McDonald and Gordon Ramsay, so like that. But then they're like, oh, the king has a princess. Who's a princess? And I was like, oh, guess what? There's a Mii for Wendy's. So his daughter is Wendy. So yeah, you go from there. And it's just like it's all sorts of like random stuff. I had this village of fairy people that I went in, and I made them all Nintendo characters. And I was like, whatever. Like, well, actually, like more specifically, like Mario characters. So there's that. Like there's like these fanboys, and I made them like Mario, Luigi, and Wario. And then there was like these like super fairy princesses, and so I made them Rosalina, Daisy, and Peach, and did stuff with that. And another town I was in, there was like some dancer, and I made her like Hatsume Miku. And and then there was this cranky old man who wants to give advice, so I made him Dr. Fell. And like you just look, and like these bees are just everywhere. Like it's just like you just have to go and figure out like what you want to do. I honestly think it takes me longer to figure out who I want to put in the roles than it does to actually like play the game. Because like you'll go through and like you'll figure out like a cool combination, and it'll be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, and then you'll put them in there, and then maybe you'll want to change the theme, and I'll be like, oh well, I found these other Mii's, and like maybe I'd rather have them there instead. So you got tons of options, tons and tons of options. So it's a lot of fun. The gameplay itself is still kind of like simplistic. Like you go into levels, just kind of like they're not really random battles. Like you don't necessarily know where they are. Like they just happen, but like if you repeat a stage, like they're in the same places. So it's like, it's like, oh, this stage will have like 2 battles or whatever. And at least as far as I've seen, there's like 12 different classes, I think.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you can go through and do that. I guess at some point in the game you can go through and change your class if you want to, aside from the forced class changes that I talked about. And the levels are tied to the class. So it's like, oh, you might be, level 20 warrior, but level 10 mage or whatever. You can switch back and forth, I guess, whatever. So, and then some of the classes are just like, well, at first, like the basic classes are your typical like RPG stuff. You got like you got a warrior, you got a mage, you got a cleric. But then like as they go on, they start getting like crazier and crazier. So then you have like pop star, and then you have like cook, that one might be kind of like RPG-ish. But
Mhm.
then you have like scientists and like a tank, a literal tank, cat. Like it's all over the place. It's crazy. So, but I've been having a really good time with it. Like I still stand by. This is like the evolution of Tamagotchi life. It's like they took the the backbone of that game and then just interspaced like the kind of weird Tamagotchi stuff with like an RPG mechanic. And there you go. That's basically what it is. It's like just the difference is like every time you go to a stage, you start at an end, you leave, you go to a stage, you do your battles, then you end, you go back to the inn, and then the crazy Tamagotchi stuff happens again. So you got that. You still go on outings like you used to in Tamagotchi. You still give them food. You still like they build up their relationships, like when they room together or when they do things together. And then the better their relationships are, like the different moves they'll do in battle. And then you can have the relationship with the horse too. So the horse will do different things in battle. It's like a crazy, quirky me RPG.
I can deal with that. I could get with that.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely been enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would. So it's like I said, there's a lot there in terms of like creation aspect, like of it. Like I said, like of the meat and like the story and stuff. Even though you kind of have the backbone already built in, like it does give you just a lot to do. So I don't know. I'm having a good time with it, and it seems like it's. I did not expect it to be this long of a game. Like I kind of like looked ahead into like walkthroughs to see like what's there, and there's a lot. Like I don't even think I'm like halfway through the game yet. So instead, it's a good chunk of stuff to do. So I've been enjoying it.
All right then.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys had anything you want to know about it. Anything?
Have you made
Any
enemies
burning
yet?
questions?
Like
Huh?
any custom like? Have you made any custom like wild Miis yet?
No, I'm not that creative.
Okay.
I just go through because like I look at it and I'm like, how the fuck did they make this? And I guess that's kind of one of the weird things with this game. Like it doesn't really like tell you much about like the meat creation, like process stuff. Like I definitely would say like if it's something you want to do, like there's YouTube videos for it, like check those kind of things out.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll be honest, like I didn't even know that this existed, like how deep it went until like I think I like ended up looking for access codes and I was like, why are these so much nicer? Because you can do, I think I told you guys when I played it during the demo, like it gives you like you can go to like the popular Miis and then will pull those up. But the popular Miis are from the 3DS game and they don't have like the crazy new Mii stuff in them. Like they're just kind of like the old Miis that you could
Mm-hmm.
still do some crazy stuff with, but like the new Mii's, like it's just like it's like next level, like in so many ways. Just in terms of stuff that you can do. Like I don't even know. People have been doing like Star Fox characters, and like I don't even understand like how you make some of these things. Like it's crazy, crazy. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe I'll get into it someday. But I like I said, I have had no shortage of finding people that have already made meats that I would want to make anyways. I don't know if I could make them better myself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So yeah.
Nice.
hmm So I don't know. That's all I got. Unless you guys
Okay.
got any other questions.
No, not really.
Okay. Well, I guess Brandon, do you want to talk about what you've been playing?
Yeah, I'm gonna skip both my games. I'm gonna go straight to this first and foremost. I know, you know what? No. I'll save this for last. I'm being dumb. All right. So I played Days Gone on PC, and you guys remember all the complaints I had about Resident Evil 8 on PC and everything, and all of its
Yeah.
issues? Yeah, take all of those complaints and like basically do the exact opposite, and that's Days Gone. Like there is no issues with this game whatsoever. It runs fucking flawlessly. It has really good graphics settings. It allows you to like do things like play in 21:9 ultra wide settings. I have like zero stutter. I'm running like 60 plus FPS in 3440 by 1440. It's great. I have no complaints with this
Mm-hmm.
game, PC version, and the game itself is a lot of fun. As I've said before, I really like this game. It's probably one of my favorite PlayStation 4 exclusives. It's up there. Probably top 5 easily, if not top 3. Um, And to be able to play it on PC is awesome. And just in general, I really like this game. I like how it is basically Sons of Anarchy, but in a zombie apocalypse. So there's that.
Mhm.
And I've been having a lot of fun playing it off and on when I have the time to do so. I really can't say enough good things about it. Like if you played it already and you're like, I wonder if the PC version's worth getting, it is. But if you haven't played it and you have a PC and you're like, I wonder if the game's worth getting, it is. So there you go.
I think my first time playing it's going to be through the PS5,
That's fair.
just because it'll be free. I don't want to spend money on it.
Absolutely. That's a definite plus if you have PlayStation Plus.
All right, Nick, let's be honest. The first time you play this game is going to be like on the PlayStation 8.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying. I'm not going to buy it if I can get it for free.
All right. Capcom Arcade Stadium. So this released a little while back for the Switch, right? And it was pretty alright, at least from what I understand and everything. It's okay, you know. It's a little mini collection of Capcom games, yada yada yada. Well, they released it on PC, and you can't buy the games individually, even though they are priced out. Like, but when you like click them, it then makes you like pay like $50-$60 for a bundle, and they always bundle it with stupid shit like for instance, invincibility or a soundtrack, because yes, you have to pay for cheat codes in this game. The aesthetic of this game and the way it's designed, I do like that you can like in your own personal Capcom arcade, when you get to like the main menu, you can like change the way the cabinets look and like over the different designs over the years, and like decide to use the Japanese or the like international version of games, which do change the games depending on like any censorship or anything like that happened in the original game, the arcade. And I think it's kind of cool. I think all of that shit is cool. I think the PC version is fucking garbo. It's just trash. It doesn't want to read your controller. You have to jump through so many hoops. You have to pay for cheat codes, like, and also you can only buy it in packs. You can't buy individual games, even though they're priced out individually on the store page when you go to it. So it's kind of shitty. It looks like it's done this way on purpose. Obviously, the Switch version, when it released, you know, it was one big pack. You bought it, and then bam, you got the whole thing. But it's not the same here. And they split it into 3 different packs. One that's like, oh, they actually added more stuff to make the bundle more expensive than it was yesterday. So yesterday the bundle was $40 and like 40 cents. Now it's $48. So they did even more shit to make things worse for this bundle. So that's wonderful. So, Jesus, that's so dumb. And like for instance, right here it says, hey, Ghost and Goblins, click here, it's free. I click here and then it says, yeah, this is actually 99 cents. So like it's very deceptive, and it's kind of just a piece of shit in general the way it's being done.
That's kind of shit.
Yeah, the way the
Yeah, it's pretty
game
annoying.
play, they do play pretty good. I played the free game that came with it, and it was pretty 1-to-1 with the arcade original, so that was neat. But I'm not paying money for this shit. I'm very disgusted with Capcom's business practice for this one, and it sucks because the actual game that's inside of it is pretty interesting and pretty cool the way that it's done. So yeah, it's a big old no for me.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on, I got 2 things, and one I forgot to write down. So I found on, do you guys know about Internet Archives, the website?
No.
Okay, so there's this really cool website that's called archive.org, which is just the Internet Archives. And on this website, you can search up all sorts of lost media, forgotten shit, that sort of thing. You can like watch all the episodes of X-Play on there,
wow.
like that sort of thing. Like you could, it's all that kind of thing. But on there, I found my favorite anime of all time as a VHS rip. And
Okay.
what makes that important is when this anime first came out, it was kind of designed to have like the electric hum of like a VHS recorder or like the cathode TVs and that sort of thing, in as part of the ambiance of the anime itself, because there's a lot of parts of this where, if you know of people like David Lynch and how he likes to he likes to hang on scenes for a very long time with nothing really happening, and it just makes the whole thing feel very awkward and everything. This anime does the same sort of thing, but like it's all about technology, and because of that, like if you're hanging on a scene and there's no sound in that scene because there's no background music in the scene, and you just hear like the hum of a cathode TV or like the whirling of like a VCR and that sort of thing, or like the static feedback of one, it's really fucking cool, and it adds to the ambiance of the show itself because of the plot points and everything to do with it and the way it looks and yada 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 blah blah blah. But anyway, I watched like the first episode through this Internet Archive upload, and it's really really cool. It like even has like the tracking issues and everything that you would have at like the top of like a VHS tape. And like when it starts up, it's like a blue screen and it shows you like deck 1, and it has like channel source deck 1, and like it has all the things there that show that this isn't just someone put a filter over the top of it. This is actually ripped using like AverMedia or something straight off of a VCR and straight off of a VHS tape, which is really really cool. So it's kind of a bit of nostalgia for me, but also like it really makes the show a lot more creepy and like just unnerving when you watch it this way. So that's really neat. I don't know the legality of this, even though it is on Internet Archive, which is completely illegal, and there's no issue with that whatsoever because they're backing up old media and that sort of thing, and that's what their website is used for, and it's a legal website. I don't want to tell what the show is because I don't want to potentially lose the ability to watch it.
Okay.
But yeah, just know it's an old Pioneer Entertainment anime. It's from 1998, and it's one of my favorite animes of all time. So if you know anything about me, then that should give you enough hints so that you can go find it yourself.
I think I know what it is, and I'll ask you after recording.
You're probably right.
Okay,
And if you're looking at my profile picture and you're like, is it that? Yeah, you're right.
Okay, yep.
So yeah, it's super cool. It's really interesting, and I kind of went down like the rabbit hole of just looking at weird shit in general, and that brings me to the next thing that I want to talk about. So this is a 5-year-old ARG. It is probably one of the weirdest things I've watched, and it's on the level of something like Too Many Cooks.
Okay.
So this is something that aired on Adult Swim back in 2016 once and never again. It's called This House Has People in It. It is about these people inside of a house going about their life, but almost every single, but it's through surveillance footage of like like security cams and that sort of thing. Like if you had like home security system set up with like sound and all that other good jazz, and you had like a bunch of them set up throughout the entire house, that's the way this is done. And the interesting thing about this one is there's so many different people in the house whose lives you follow, and nothing is really as it seems. And the entire 11-minute skit is also not actually 11 minutes. And I'll explain. So there's an 11-minute skit, but throughout the skit, there's like a lot of hints about things, like the world that this exists in and everything. And if you actually type in some of the information that's given to you, like before the skit starts, it leads you to an online website. And there's some secrets in the 11-minute video that give you a password and login information. And if you use that information, you can get into the back door of the online website that was created. And inside of that online website, if you use your detective skills through the rest of the video, you're able to basically decode 2 more hours of footage.
Damn.
To go along with this video. This takes you to different YouTube videos. This opens up videos on the website itself, and this even opens up a .exe game that is built around this entire little. I believe these things are called unfiction, which are these things that are made to seem like they're like realistic, like found footage, that sort of thing, but they're completely fiction. But the series never points that out at all. So like, if you were to just watch it, you would be like, okay, well this is weird, but like until the weird shit starts happening, much like with Too Many Cooks, you're just like,
Isn't
oh,
that kind of crazy?
Yes, it is. It's absolutely that kind of crazy.
Okay.
Essentially, it takes you to this place in one of the videos where it's like Sculptor's Playground is the name of the thing, and on the YouTube video it says, "Hey, I found this bootleg in a torrent, and bootlegs are bad, but this is one of my favorite shows, and I decided to upload it for everyone to see." So Sculptor's Playground doesn't actually exist. It was made to go along with This House Has People in It. So it's another thing to help decode the entire story behind it. And the interesting aspect of this is Sculptor's Playground, which is essentially a like 13-minute fake Bob Ross skit, but with sculpting instead of painting, and with someone that's very clearly not mentally there and is lying about everything he is saying, but is saying it in such a way that, like, if you didn't know he was lying, you would, everything he said, you'd be like, oh, okay, that sort of deal. And I mean, it goes to really out there places. Essentially, this guy convinced these people about a disease that doesn't exist called Link's disease, and Link's disease can be anything. And inside that website, they had like newsletters for like Link's disease, but Link's disease also apparently gave people powers. So like throughout the other video, you would see this one guy like start singing and be really out of pitch, and like it would be awful. And like one of the symptoms of Leak's disease is if you have perfect pitch, you have Leak's disease. And so like this guy every day in the security cam footage would just start singing randomly, and you wouldn't know why he is doing it unless you actually had all that other background information. And it's things like that that make this probably one of the most interesting like ARGs I've ever seen. If you don't want to watch through the entire thing and go through the website and everything, there's a person that went over it whose name is Nightmind, and he has a video called "Explaining This House Has People in It." And even that video doesn't fully explain it, because the actual director of This House Has People in It made the top comment on that YouTube video, and he wrote, "Find the R." And everyone was like, what? Wait, no, there's another part of the puzzle, what the fuck? And then everyone started digging into that, trying to figure out what was going on there, and that led to a cipher, and this, that, and the other, and it's just like this huge, like, 5-year-long puzzle.
So they not solved it all yet then?
That is super up to interpretation, and also I can't spoil if yes or no. So like it's kind of up to your interpretation if it has been solved or not, and there's a lot to that. It's all about perception. Like the entire video is about your perception of things, and then the entire answer is also about your perception of things as well. And it's just a huge, massive mindfuck that's totally worth looking into and really cool and really interesting. And I looked into it the other day and I was like, this is super neat. Mostly because I started like watching Nightmind videos, because Nightmind does these dissections of like viral things that are spooky, creepy, unnerving, that don't really have any explanation. Like people have done entire like YouTube tutorial videos, for instance, and then like you just kind of watch them like it's a normal tutorial video, and then eventually shit goes crazy, and like he's like dissected some of those. There's been like found footage videos of like games that people have created that didn't actually exist. It's kind of like you ever heard of the Been Drowned thing?
No.
Yeah, the Zelda thing.
Yeah. So someone made a ROM of The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask, and they created a like scary story behind it. But basically, what they did was they made a ROM, and they tried to pass the ROM off as being real by like recording it on a CRT TV and showing the weird shit that was going on in it, and like they would upload videos like weekly or daily showing the weird stuff that was going on with their cartridge of Majora's Mask, and how they were like slowly like not understanding more and more things and like becoming disconnected with reality because of the shit that was going on with everything in there. And like it's just a whole big story that's like chronicled through daily and weekly YouTube uploads that looks like a normal YouTube channel, but actually isn't, and is actually like an art project and not a let's play and not a my collection or anything like that. But it starts out as something like that. And then it slowly becomes like unhinged over time. And that's what like unfiction stories are about. Another good example is like if you've ever seen Marble Hornets, which was the original Slenderman documentary, where someone was making a documentary how they thought they were being followed, and it's what created the Slenderman story, like, and made it get more popular and give it more lore to add to the actual like Slenderman mythos and that sort of thing. But that was uploaded as a daily vlog. That wasn't shown to be like, oh, this is about Slenderman. This was just someone's daily vlog. But over time, as you watch their daily vlog, more and more things felt unnatural, and it felt like you were seeing things that shouldn't be there and things that didn't make sense. And then eventually it just goes full on crazy mode. And then you're like, I've been watching this person's vlog for like 2 years now, and what the fuck is that in the background? And then you realize, oh shit, this whole thing isn't just someone that's having like mental problems or that sort of thing. This has actually been like a story that someone was making this whole time, and they were just like recording daily videos and uploading them and giving us little bits of information each day about what the story was leading to. And it was like a long con sort of thing. They passed it off as an actual like video like series that they were doing for their YouTube channel, but really it was a short film and that sort of thing. And that's the beauty of like unfiction projects and whatnot. And the This House Has People in It is definitely one of those that goes very, very far and actually had Adult Swim like backing it. It's very cool, and I highly recommend looking into it.
Yeah, it sounds pretty wild.
Yeah.
Maybe too wild.
I actually don't think it's like too wild. I think some of the places it goes are like very like almost feels like conspiracy theory, like that sort of thing. But like not real life conspiracy theories, like conspiracy theories for the characters in the video that you watch, that sort of thing. And that's what makes it more interesting, because like you're seeing these characters and you're able to relate them to something that like happens in everyday life, like those kind of crazy people, or like people that would like, you know, con someone into believing, oh, this will cure cancer or whatever. They're actually just fucking liars and that sort of deal. And like there's enough reality rooted in the video that even when shit goes really fucking weird and makes absolutely no sense anymore, you're just like, okay, but I understand like the world, but not enough for it to be coherent in my brain. And then like when you get those other pieces of the puzzle, you're still able to like perceive what's going on and understand it, but you're able to understand it in a way that it's like, oh, I understand this, but I understand this like a crazy person explained it to me, and I'm slowly becoming crazy along with them. And it's like that kind of horror, because it is horror, that is really interesting. I think it's a lot of fun because like you kind of like get drawn into the story as well.
I mean, it's
and
definitely
I like that a lot.
sounds like it's a very adventurous project.
It is. And the guy who made it, his other projects are also really cool. He did, I believe, work on Too Many Cooks as well, but he also did this tutorial series where it was just tutorial videos of like normal shit. And then, you know, eventually it absolutely wasn't. Eventually it became like when you're playing like an Atlas game. It's like, okay, we got to solve the mystery, and then by the time you get to the end, it's like I had to kill God. You know, that sort of thing. We went 0 to 10,000 in the span of like 4 videos, and it's like, what the fuck happened here?
Yeah, I don't remember what I was going to ask.
Even me explaining it probably makes no sense to you.
Not really.
I mean, bits of it do.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's kind of the point, to be honest.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's something you really have to experience and like want to, you know, understand or look into or figure out or just research because the story itself is interesting or because the stuff that's going on is really cool or because you like the characters or because you liked just the way it was shot, that sort of thing. I think honestly the person that created this, as well as Alan Tutorial's video, which is the other thing that he made, which is, like I said, tutorials that go from 0 to 10,000 vary over the span of a few videos. All that stuff is very inventive because it's not like your usual kind of horror. It's more like the kind of horror where you just can't understand it. And it's the theme of not being able to comprehend things that is what's the horror aspect of it. It's so unsettling because you aren't in that world and you don't understand exactly what's going on, but you can understand some of it, just enough for you to be like, okay, this is fucking weird, So
Yeah, it sounds like it's an interesting project for sure. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it seems like it's very ambitious for like Adult Swim to even take on too. Although I mean, like you said, they do some like different things. So I don't know.
I mean, the guy also did a thing called unedited footage of a bear, and that's another one to look into. But that one you don't have to like dig too deep. You can just like watch that video and understand it by the end of it. Kind of like Too Many Cooks, but like yeah.
Okay. Is he doing anything now?
I don't know actually. I'll have to look into. His name's Alan Resnick. Alan Resnick, I think is his name. Yeah, Alan Resnick. That's his name.
Look into it. Find out.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else that he's done lately. I think his last project was in 2019.
Oh, makes sense if he didn't have anything last year.
Yeah.
Last year was not a very productive year for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah,
you
I mean,
got
I'm
anything
good.
else?
No, I haven't really got anything else. I got some stuff, but like I got Katie some Pokemon cards,
Nice.
and we
How many people did you have to kill to get them?
no one. There were like 36 packs in a box that was just put out at my Walmart, and I just walked up there and grabbed 6 of them and left. That was it. I mean, I paid for them. I paid for them first, but I grabbed 6 of them and left.
I almost made that joke, but I was like, that's just such a low-hanging fruit. I was like, but that's good. You get anything good?
So actually, we got the Battle Styles ones that I think those are new, right? Are those new?
Yeah,
ones?
that's like the newest ones you can get.
So the Tyranitar V that you can get, we got that in the like 3rd pack we opened.
Nice.
I think it's worth a decent chunk of change, but that doesn't matter either way. But I just thought it was kind of neat that we actually made back all of our money and more on one card.
Well, that's good. Probably more impressive you just actually even found any.
Yeah, I guess right.
Yeah. Is that all you got for Pokemon?
Yeah, I mean, we just had a lot of fun, on what would you even say? I guess not even unboxing because we just had like packs. So I guess opening some packs and looking at stuff and looking at the new art and all that jazz. It was fun. It was neat. We enjoyed it. I mean, like I don't know what the fuck to say.
Nice.
No, that's fair. It's just nice getting fun things. All right. So, Nick, did you?
No,
You got nothing?
I got nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing at all.
All right. You guys ready to move on to news?
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
All right. There's lots of news, anyways.
Oh my.
So, I put all of it on here so I can start going down. Switch Pro announcement is imminent.
Allegedly, yes.
Imminent. I don't know if you guys have seen all the shit that's breaking about this. It's like a dam trying to contain the water.
Yeah,
right
I hear
now.
this every 3 days. Oh no.
So just kind of the crux of this rumor, and it makes sense. It's basically like E3 is 2 weeks away,
Okay.
and Nintendo wants to announce the hardware first, so that third parties doing their announcement don't have to worry about what they can and can't say. Like they want third parties to be able to announce their games for the system without having to skirt around the issue. So they can announce that it's coming for that. Which I imagine means that there's probably going to be some games that might be exclusive to it. probably. So they're saying the announcement is definitely coming before E3. A bunch of people are saying might even come as soon as today, but it sounds like definitely. I feel like from what everyone is saying, we should hear about it definitively by the next time we record the podcast. So that is what they're saying. I'm trying to think, there was another Bloomberg article with like updated stuff, but it didn't really seem like it was much different than what we heard. But they're saying like early fall release, like September, October time for it. And then you got like the OLED screen and better hardware, 4K, that kind of stuff. So we shall see. But yeah, like everyone and their brother said that it's basically like this thing is just busting out the doors before E3. So, and Nintendo hasn't announced their official E3 plans yet at this point. I think they were saying that it actually might be later in the week for them this time. So,
Okay.
I guess we'll see. Who knows? But I imagine that's probably I would be surprised if we didn't hear about that next week too. Maybe it will be like a whole mini announcement. Who knows? Like, here's the Switch Pro. Here's their E3 plans. You'll hear more about it, whenever. So that is that. I'll stay with Nintendo news too. There's Pokemon announcements for yesterday. Announced the release dates for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. They're coming out November 19th, which I think anyone could have predicted that. Like, that didn't. You'd have to, I don't know, be negligent to not figure out that's when the date was, because they always release their stuff on the same day. And surprising news, Pokemon Arceus is coming out on January 28th. So
Yeah, that's very surprising.
Yeah, it's a very weird time for it, because January is not really like, it's kind of like a dumping ground. Like, nothing really comes out there. So it says one of two things to me. Either it says, A, we got so much shit that this was the best spot for it, or B, we're not totally believing in this game, so we're just gonna dump it in January.
Yeah,
I'm willing to bet it's a B. We're going with we don't think this is gonna go over so well.
Yeah, not totally confident in it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, the premise of it, what we saw, was interesting.
It sure was.
Right? So, I mean, it might be good. And then maybe they put it in January because they just got so much shit that they're just like, well, we don't know where to stick it. And
I don't know, man. I feel like this might be the case of maybe. I don't fucking know. Maybe they just want the Pokemon in November to sell better. And they're like, we don't want a non-mainline game to be selling during the holiday season.
My point, I don't think, like, so I guess to just kind of like explain, I guess, like, I don't think Arceus would come out earlier. Like, I don't think they would have, like, they're definitely going to put the Diamond Pearl remakes in the November spot because those are like mainline series games, and those always come out like that week before Thanksgiving. Like, that's just where they always are.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right, like, they're not going to put it up against that, so that makes sense. But, like, I guess really the other thing is, though, like, usually March is kind of like a big month, so it's like, why would they not stick it there? Like, usually, like, you have like the post-Christmas like glut.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're just so full of games that you don't need anything in January. So it's like usually you just kind of get like, like remakes or re-releases in January.
I do have a theory.
Yeah.
Nintendo has no idea what they're doing, and that's the reason why it's in January.
Also true.
Well, but Nintendo usually like
Counterpoint.
I know Counterpoint. Nintendo does usually like, they're out of everything they do though, like their releases usually are like very well thought out because they sit on them until they want to release them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, we've seen so many instances where like, hey, this game's been finished for years, but we're not going to release it until we have this gap in this random month 3 years from now. So,
Counterpoint.
Mm-hmm.
They did that when, and they were doing that and all that stuff when Reggie was the man. Maybe things are changing now that we got Mr. Bowser Boy.
Maybe. But I guess the other point with that, the other counterpoint would be how much autonomy does Nintendo of America have? because it used to be like they didn't have any autonomy and just kind of like they were up to the will of Japan. I don't know how much that has changed. I'm sure Wada less like loosened the reins a bit, but we really don't know anything about the new Nintendo president at all. So I guess it could be something like that. And they're just like, do whatever the fuck you want. You guys, the system's selling well, so obviously you know what you're doing. So just do whatever. We don't give a fuck. As long as the shit sells, we don't give a fuck. Do you want to announce it on Twitter a day beforehand? Sure, that's fine. Sell 1 million copies.
That sounds like something Nintendo has done.
Yeah, pretty much. Their marketing stuff has definitely been a bit. They've definitely been a bit more experimental this last year. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out very soon with whatever else stuff they have. We'll see with what they do with the Super Switch announcement, which I really hope that's the name. So I guess it's one of the rumored names. Super Switch, Super Nintendo.
What would you want it to be called?
Super Nintendo Switch.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let's not go by the names that we've seen rumored. What would your next name choice be? If you
I have to make up a new name for it.
Yeah.
New Nintendo Switch.
You can't do that one. We've seen that one before, bitch.
New Nintendo Switch.
New Nintendo Switch.
How about Nintendo Switch? It's no. Nintendo Switch Counterpoint.
How about Nintendo Swap?
Ooh.
Oh. Yeah.
Nintendo Bottom. They committed. Nintendo
Stop
Bottom is the portable version. Nintendo Top is the home version.
Wait, which one's the bottom version?
The home one. Or no, the portable version is bottom. Sorry.
No, because the home one should be the bottom because you would dock into it, right?
Okay, I see your point. Counterpoint, I get that. Okay,
yeah.
Fair enough.
Wait, you got a counterpoint? What's your counterpoint?
Oh, no, that was his counterpoint.
That was a counterpoint.
Or you just like saying counterpoint?
That you dock at home, so it's got to be.
It's got to be the
What?
bottom.
You dock at home?
I mean, can't just.
What else you gonna dock, Brandon?
Yeah, I can't just dock my Switch in public.
I mean, like in the woods over there, or like
there's no electricity.
Yeah, at the. Oh, we're talking about the Switch.
Can't we do that?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do, and of course, I'm sure there's gonna be some like gimmick with it. I bet this is where the GameCube games will come back. And they'll be like, "Hey guys, because of the new power of the system, we could do GameCube games."
The gimmick is the controllers actually work.
Oh.
Well, I mean, if they were gonna do like something with the GameCube stuff, like I actually bet they would go back through and revamp the Joy-Cons to have like the flexible like trigger things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, it would be nice.
The gimmick is like, it's just gonna have like controller triggers like the PS5 controller does.
Yeah, why not? That'd be fun.
It's one of my favorite controllers ever because of those triggers.
Yeah, who knows? Nintendo will probably do something the wacky. They'll be like, "Hey guys, so the triggers in this game are they're motion sensors, and they got all these fancy touch controls, but they also generate ice cubes, so you can use it to make your own ice."
They send tiny electrical shocks in through your body when you take damage.
Oh my god.
But it's not, the catch is though it's not intentional. Just another it's another Joy-Con defect. And they're like, you know what? We're just gonna keep it.
Just like they did with the fucking they made the expansion port to fix Donkey Kong 64.
Yeah, exactly. It's just that's what it is. So yeah. So I don't know. I'm sure we'll have something to talk about it, I think, by next week. So with that.
Has Nintendo secretly always been incompetent?
I don't know. Can you call them incompetent if they have like one of the best selling systems of all time? Like obviously they're doing something right. It just doesn't make sense to us.
I think it's just brand loyalty.
Yeah.
You know, they have good games. So
well,
like
if it was brand loyalty, then the Wii U would have been a success.
All right, you know what? Counterpoint. The Wii U had a stupid name and no one liked it.
Well, that is true. It was very stupidly named. So that's incompetence. That is incompetence. But the Switch is doing really well. I mean, like I said, obviously they're doing something right. The games have been really good on the system, and I think people really dig the portability aspect of it. Like that was definitely a very like nice move on their part to get ahead of it. Supposedly Steam's. I just saw a rumor. Apparently Steam's working on some sort of like Switch-like PC design.
I saw that too, and I was just like,
Yeah.
all right.
I mean, it's not a bad idea. People like the idea. And so, I mean, I love just being able to like, if I'm at home, I use my Switch on my TV. If I'm not, then I just can play the same stuff wherever. Like, and the nice thing is there's no fucking around with it. I mean, not that we have to explain the Switch, but like it's just kind of like you just pick up right where you left off. Like it's not like you have to transfer anything or make sure your save date is up to date. It's just whoop, you're good.
That's very true.
One last part of that Switch rumor, I'll just throw it in there. I didn't write it down, but I told you guys. But apparently the Metroid's coming out this year sometime.
Nope.
The 2D Metroid.
Nope.
Yeah.
It was also stitched along with that rumor. So, well, supposedly the people that did Samus Returns made it, or making it. Whoever that was.
That I don't remember.
I can't think
That
of the
makes me
name
even
right.
more upset because Samus Returns was not good.
What are you talking
I like
about? It's
Samus
pretty good.
Returns. Yeah, Samus Returns is pretty good.
Nope, didn't like it.
Did you play it?
I did. It had a lot of fucking QTEs and it was stupid.
I don't like Samus Returns. I thought they did a good job with it. But I think it was also kind of like, I mean, it's definitely better than the Game Boy one. Did you ever play the Game Boy one?
Oh yeah, but the original Game Boy one is the Game Boy game. That's like saying comparing like Zero Mission to the NES Metroid.
I did actually. I think it. No, I'm not gonna blame Kotaku for this because I don't think it was them, but it was someone like them. But they just put out an article about how the greatest Metroid game is already playable on the Switch. It was about Metroid NES.
No!
Yikes!
Wrong take.
I was like, yeah, no, this is a very hot take, and I'm like, I don't agree with it. I'm like, I'm not about any part of this article.
Nope.
No.
Let's see who the idiot is. I'm looking.
Maybe it was The Verge.
Maybe.
The Verge.
Why the fuck would Metroid NES be one? People are
Super Metroid's right there.
Yeah, it's right
That's
there.
true too.
Right there.
I didn't even think about that because that's on there as well.
That's
No,
the
but
best Metroid.
They definitely made a case for Metroid NES, and I was like,
That'd be like saying, man, the best Metroid game was on 3DS. Federation Force.
baby.
I mean,
Meanwhile,
I
Prime Pinball is
enjoyed
right
that
fucking
game,
there.
but it's still a stretch. I mean, it was the game that I would just be like, it was okay. Like definitely not the best at anything, but it was okay.
Okay, that's what it is.
Other news stuff. Move on. Dragon Quest stuff was announced,
Yeah.
and Dragon Quest 12 is coming.
Yep.
Surprise to no one. They showed off a 60-second trailer, which was just the ground blowing up into the Roman numeral 12.
That's sick.
That's cool. But the actual kind of cool news is they're remaking Dragon Quest 3 using the Octopath engine.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm totally down for that.
It looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
It looks really good. So, and that's coming out for, I think, everything. So, you got that.
Play on your Engage.
Probably. Why not? Popular system. Nokia is where it's at. It's indestructible. New Sonic stuff was announced. I don't remember. What was a Sonic Colors remake?
Yeah,
Another-
Sonic Colors remake. There's an animation coming.
A new Sonic collection
Mm-hmm.
is coming. What?
No, what were you saying?
I'm looking
Oh.
for all the Sonic info.
Yeah, I can tell you everything they announced.
Alright, no, cool. Let's do that.
All right, so the Sonic collection is 1, 2, 3 in CD. It's coming to pretty much everything.
Okay.
They also announced a new Sonic project that's coming next year. They didn't say anything about it other than the fact that it's also coming to all currently available consoles.
I think
Yeah.
they did say it's a 3D Sonic, though, right?
It is a 3D Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
People were picking through the video files, and the name Sonic Rangers kept coming up. So take that for what you will. There is going to be a concert during Summer Games Fest that is going to be an orchestra performance of Sonic music alongside of Crush 40.
Yeah! I can't wait. That's going to be a shit show. I'm excited.
I have seen Crush 40 live. It is fantastic.
Are they
Yeah.
always that drunk?
Yeah,
Okay, just
yes, I have seen Crush 40 with Jun Suno, and it's fantastic. Um, what else? Yeah, so Sonic Colors remake, remaster coming to all modern platforms as well, which is like that was leaked a while ago, so people
Mhm.
kind of figured that was coming. It's a weird one to pick from because I know not a lot of people really like Colors. I enjoyed Colors. I thought Colors was good. There's a lot of like weird stuff about it that I don't
Colors is
particularly like.
fine.
Yeah,
Probably not the one that I've been like, hell yeah.
Colors, you know what it was? I talked to my friends about this before because like they were shitting on Colors, and I was like, no, Colors is good. And they're like, how? And I said, look at it. From like Sonic, we'll say Heroes. I'll give Heroes a pass. From Heroes to Colors, we got bullshit. We got a lot of bullshit. And then Colors came, and Colors was pretty good. But it felt like a gourmet meal.
Are very wrong. There's one you missed there.
What?
Generations.
Generations does not count in my book.
How does it not count? It is a 3D Sonic game with its own plot storyline, and it's a damn good game.
It's not really its own plots. I don't know. I see that more as like a celebration of Sonic than I do like a main series game. So I leave that out of it usually.
But you were just listing bullshit. Do you think that Sonic Generations is bullshit?
No, but I said I don't include it when I talk about mainline Sonic games.
Okay, I guess that's fair, but like Colors has had no connection to the Sonic franchise since it launched.
Also, wait a minute. Didn't Colors came out before Generations?
No.
Yeah, Colors came out in 2010. Generations came out in 2011.
Well then.
So, okay.
I got the two mixed up. I thought it was I thought it was
Counterpoint,
Generation
your
4.
fucking dates are wrong, Brandon.
Yeah, you're right.
But before, let me see if I get the Sonic game time.
You're not wrong. I mean, like, I legitimately thought that Generations came first, and then
Yeah.
Colors was the
Wrong. No. But between Sonic Heroes, we got, Shadow the Hedgehog. We got Sonic the Hedgehog 06, Infamous Sonic 06, all the
Bro.
bullshit storybook games.
Yo, I I unironically love Sonic 06.
I mean, it's okay to like that for the broken shit.
I absolutely do. I did a full stream, almost finished the game 100%. Back when I streamed like weekly, like for the first time, and I had so much fun trying to figure out how to make the game be a game.
In that time, we also got Sonic Unleashed, which was trash. Sonic the Hedgehog 4, Episode 1.
Oh, that was
trash.
actually bad. Yeah.
Free Riders, trash. Like, we got a lot of shit. So, like, Sonic Colors came out, and it was the first, like, kind of competent game we got from the team in a while. And I was like, all right, this is pretty... You know what? You've been shitting in my mouth a lot, but this one in particular, this one's good. I like this one.
Yeah, this one's got some corn in it.
Yeah.
It tastes okay.
This one tastes pretty good. So... I'll probably be picking that up. There's like a lot of like cool pre-order stuff with that too. You get like a baby Sonic pin. It's like there's like a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog movie stuff paired along with this, which makes me think that this was supposed to come out around the same time as the movie.
I was thinking that too, actually.
So that's pretty interesting. But yeah, they didn't really have much else to talk about.
There was so I had seen a rumor about the Sonic stuff, and most of the other stuff was in there already, like the remakes and like color and everything. The one thing that was in there that I didn't see announced, unless I missed it, was that there's also supposed to be a Sonic Adventures remake. But
didn't see that.
Yeah, no. I mean, they haven't shown that off just yet. If that's a thing that's coming, you think this would have been the time?
Nick, I would actually like to make a counterpoint because this is what we've been doing a lot. Because you said there were no good Sonic games between Heroes and blah blah blah, so on and so forth.
Don't worry, Nick, I got your back. There's been no good Sonic games.
Counterpoint: the Sonic Advance and Sonic Rush series.
I'll give you Advance.
You don't think Rush was good? At least the first one?
Rush was mediocre. Advance was better.
I think anything after Rush 1 was mediocre. I think the first one was pretty fucking good, honestly.
Advance Counterpoint. Advance doesn't count because it was made by THQ and not by Sega.
But you were counting Shadow the Hedgehog.
Which was made by Sonic Team.
Alright, Counterpoint. Really? I thought Advance was made by Sega.
Nope, Sonic. Do not test me on the hog.
No,
Sonic Advance was THQ.
You're so right. I totally
Yes,
forgot that
sir.
THQ put out Sonic
Yes,
Advance.
sir. That's why we haven't gotten it back yet, because THQ is just a bumblefuck of IP mess.
Yes,
Yeah,
they are.
I thought. See, the thing that always like hits me about Sonic Advance is because it had some of like the best music ever. Because
Oh, yeah.
Hideki, the fucking man that did Jet Set Radio and shit like
Oh
that.
yeah, Naganuma,
Yeah, and
CEO of
Naganuma
Funky
and
Fresh
all.
Beats.
Exactly. Fucking those people were just firing on all cylinders for this fucking those games.
I
Yeah.
honestly, for a hot second, thought you were bringing up the Dark Brotherhood and not Advanced.
Oh, is that the RPG one?
That's the BioWare one.
Yeah, that was not very good. Like, it wasn't like awful, like Sonic 06 or Shadow the Hedgehog, but it was just what? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, there have been like rumblings of like the Sonic Adventure stuff. I think we'll see something at some point. I think it's honestly stupid for Sega to not, because that is their most popular Sonic games. It's Adventure 1 and 2.
Nope, just one. That's it. That's
Nope,
the only
1 and 2.
Just,
Two's better.
Just one.
2's better.
Fuck, you know what? I was just about to bring up another counterpoint, and then I got confused. That's because I was going to say Sega and Sonic All Stars Racing, but that is 2012, not 2011. So
Not a Sonic game either.
what?
Not a Sonic game.
I mean, by that logic, Brandon, you could have used like Smash Brothers.
By that logic, you also could have used Mario and Sonic in the Olympic Games.
Sega All Stars Racing Transformed is not a Sonic game?
No, it's like saying Mario Kart's a Mario game.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It's definitely not. Don't finish that sentence. Just leave
No,
it.
shut your fucking.
Okay, hold on.
By that thought process, it's
No,
also
no.
a Shenmue game and a fucking.
No. That's not fair because Shenmue's not on the front cover and his name isn't in the title.
Doesn't
Now
matter.
Hold on.
Okay.
So, you mean to tell me
Yes.
that you don't consider a Mario Kart game a Mario game?
100%. It's definitely not.
Okay. Are you saying because it's its own thing?
Because it's a completely
Or-
different genre of game.
It's not a Mario game. It's not. No.
I get it if you're saying like it's not a platformer Mario game, but if you're sitting here telling me, hey, Shadow the Hedgehog is a Sonic game where Mr. Not Even Sonic runs around with a gun, why the hell is Mario Kart not a Mario game? It's in the same franchise. It's just a different genre. It's just a spin-off title. It's the same with Sluggers. It's the same with golf.
Because they
It's
gotta
the
put
same
his
with-
name on the box to sell it. They can't just call it golf. It's gotta be fucking Mario Golf.
They did that with on the PlayStation with fucking Hot Shots Golf. Like they didn't
Hot
need.
Shots Golf is different though. They didn't have fucking Spyro and Crash Bandicoot in it. I guarantee you, if
didn't
Spyro
need
and
it.
Crash Bandicoot were in it, it'd be called fucking Crash Bandicoot's Wacky Golf Tour. But it wasn't. It was
And guess what? It still wouldn't be a Banjo Kazooie or a Banjo or Crash game
Crash
either.
Bandicoot, yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
100% against.
So what kind of game is Mario Kart then?
It's a racing game.
So it's not a Mario game of any type, not even in the franchise at
Are
all.
you saying that canonically speaking, then Isabelle and Link are in Mario?
I think that's really stupid because that's just DLC crossover stuff. But I think to say that Mario Kart is not a Mario game is probably one of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
It's not.
Mario
not a
Kart
Mario
is its
game.
own franchise.
Yeah.
It's just Mario Kart.
Like Mario Golf coming out is not a Mario game. It's just a golf game featuring Mario characters.
And that's the whole Mario Sports franchise.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You take boring sports, you throw Mario at it, bing bada boom. You got something
Mario
playable.
Sports.
I'm not going to continue this conversation because it might be the dumbest conversation I've ever heard. But we
Sure.
can continue on.
That's fair.
Counterpoint. We've had tons of dumber conversations.
I've never had someone tell me, "Oh yeah, Mario Kart isn't a Mario game." And
That's fine.
hold on.
Everything.
Mario Party's not a Mario game either, right? Is
No,
that right?
of course not.
Okay,
I'm
alright.
glad you figured it
Yeah,
out.
okay, yeah, I figured how stupid you fuckers are. Got it. All right, just checking.
Anyway,
They're called franchises because you can have different genres in a franchise. You fucking idiots.
But see, the logic doesn't work because then if the logic you're using makes sense, then Smash Brothers would be a Mario game, right?
No.
You gotta draw the line somewhere.
Is it
No,
does it say Mario Brothers?
No.
It's the same thing.
There's a specific reason why Smash Brothers is not a Mario game.
What is it?
Because of the fact that it is a crossover game on purpose with a lot of different characters from a lot of different franchises, not
Okay.
centered around just
Okay.
specifically the Mario franchise, with some DLC characters sprinkled in
So then,
here
by
and there.
that logic, Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing is not a Sonic game.
Check and mate.
Gotcha. In a
It
corner.
doesn't make
King
any
man.
sense. What you said makes no
It's
sense.
not a Sonic game.
Having DLC characters doesn't make it not a Sonic game. When
There's
you
no
have
DLC wait. What DLC characters in Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing? That game shipped with a bunch of different characters.
Big Shenmue is DLC. That's
There-
the Big and Shenmue are DLC. That's
Danica Patrick comes in at day one!
Yeah,
Danica
isn't it like-
Patrick from real life is in that game!
Isn't the Samba Amigo thing in there
I
too?
forgot about Danica Patrick.
No, she's my favorite Sonic character. You know what, Brandon? You're right. You got it. So you cracked the mystery. Go, Daddy. It's also part of the Sonic universe
Yeah,
too.
apparently.
Oh my god, no, you literally are doing the most
Is she the
straw
girl
man
that
of-
Sonic kissed in that game? Is that the one?
Yeah, they were gonna use her likeness in Sonic 06, but she was like, "This is shit even for me."
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yes.
I am crying, and you are stupid. But let's continue.
speaking of stupid, Uncharted 4 is coming to PC.
Oh, yes, finally.
Oh wait, why is this stupid?
Because I don't know. Like I'm just gonna say what I said in the chat the other day. I mean, this is not the stupid part, but just makes me
Mhm.
laugh. Because when we talked about this game, we all hated it. I don't think any of us particularly.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
not hate. Hate's very
It's just-
strong. We
I
didn't love it.
didn't hate it, but I also didn't really care for it.
yeah.
But Brandon, you seem really excited about it.
You don't
You're like,
understand.
Fuck
That's
yeah.
the problem. That's the problem. It's not that I'm excited because Uncharted 4, the game Uncharted 4 is coming to PC. It's that I'm excited because putting Drake from Uncharted, someone who is literally on the box of every single PlayStation fucking console,
Mhm.
and is a mascot of PlayStation, is the equivalent of putting a fucking Mario game on PC for Sony. That means the floodgates are open. Anything could come to PC from Sony. They could end up
Oh.
doing the same thing Microsoft's doing. And, in fact, in the recent keynote, they talked about something like that.
But yeah, I know they're talking about bringing more PlayStation franchises to PC, but like again, like I don't know, I don't see PlayStation having like a singular mascot. So
You are
I feel
correct.
like I
But
feel
my
like
point is,
Uncharted
like-
4 is kind of a big deal, but I feel like it would be even more of a big deal if they brought like the Ratchet and Clank game from PS4 to PC.
You're correct.
That would be
If-
wild.
If Ratchet and Clank appeared on PC, or if God of War appeared on PC, then I would totally be behind you.
Yeah.
But I feel like Nathan Drake is the same equivalent as like Joel or Ellie. I mean, wow, listen to me. Joel or Ellie. They're like
You're
in
doing
the
a Joel.
same. They're in the same level of like, this is on brand PlayStation, nowhere else. You look at PlayStation and you think these games.
True.
So to bring over something like Uncharted 4 and put it on PC is like essentially, we could have Bloodborne. We could have fucking
We could.
Bloodborne on PC.
They even show
playable
Bloodborne in that like slide thing they had. They showed
They did.
Bloodborne as like a pillar franchise for them.
They did, and they talked about bringing over their pillar franchises and stuff. They also talked about having some kind of let me see, let me find the exact thing that it said. Growing SIE capabilities through social and services as well. Those services, when alluded to, let me see if I can go find the exact one, because that was actually, let's make this about the entire keynote, because there's so much stuff to unpack here. Actually, did you guys look over this at all?
No.
Or okay,
Mm.
so in this keynote, there were quite a few things straight up leaked, like straight up leaked. there's going to be a HBO Max sort of deal for Sony movie properties called PlayStation Video Plus, where you'll be able to stream like Sony movies as they come out through the PlayStation subscription of PlayStation Video Plus. So they're doing that sort of thing. That was there. They talked about their return on investments for their PC games so far and how it's been such a big return on investment that they will be developing more games for PC in the very near future, and they'll be expanding the IPs to both PC as well as mobile. Their pillar franchises and IPs will be doing that, and they talked about how they were going to be making some sort of live service first-party title, and it will be released both on and off console. So the return on investment for the PC games they've released so far on, which is Days Gone and Horizon Zero Dawn, has had a 250% return. And basically they stated like, hey, this is given us so much money back from there that we're going to continue to release games on PC, which was pretty exciting and pretty interesting. Now, like I said to you before, Mike, this is not me being excited that Uncharted 4 is coming to PC. This is me being excited that there's the potential for Demon's Souls, Miles Morales, God of War, Ratchet and Clank, Returnal. Any of those games that can run better on PC if done correctly, or even future titles, the potential for those to be on PC is what excites me, not specifically Uncharted 4. Do you understand what I'm saying now?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Because I really don't care that much for Uncharted 4. I think it'd be neat to see how the PC version differs and that sort of thing. Oh, Jesus.
But do agree. I do agree with what you're saying, though. I mean, I do think that this is definitely a sign that they are more open to expanding their platform.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be interesting. I think the only thing I don't really understand with it, though, would be what their plan is. Like, what are they trying to do?
Money. Like, if they're getting a 250% return on investment on releasing PC games, the way they're doing it, and their PC games are already fantastic that they've released of the two that are out. Horizon Zero Dawn was a little shaky when it first came out, but they fixed it. They patched it. They did something that other developers don't do on PC, and it kept selling, and it keeps selling very well on PC. And I think their plan is just, this is another form of income that we can have coming through for our brand and that sort of deal. I think from what I was looking at, from their talk of like doing like a service feature kind of thing and having it on and off console, I really do see them trying to pull something like Game Pass in the future.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what I mean. Like, obviously, like, because just throwing them out there and just being like, hey, there we go, here's our PlayStation game. Like, when they end up putting them all out on PC, it diminishes I would think it would diminish the interest of people actually like investing into the PlayStation ecosystem. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you'd want to have something that's going to keep them there.
I don't think that's true, honestly. Mm-hmm. Because like they're playing it on their PlayStation. Who gives a shit? They're not PC gamers. Most console gamers don't really cross over. There's a reason why so many console gamers hate crossplay being a thing, and so many people were very adamantly against it. And I don't really think it's that big a deal personally, because like looking at it from a business standpoint, they're making more money. The only thing they're reaching more people, and their IP is like getting out there more, getting more attention, which is going to return their investment. And the only thing I can think that would be a problem in this issue would be fanboys that are absolutely dedicated only to the hardware and being like, I am Sony fanboy number 372. And like you're going to have that with Nintendo, you're going to have that with Microsoft also. But at the end of the day, even though Microsoft had those people, they're still making more money than they did before with both Game Pass and just releasing their games outside of Xbox. So like I just think their end goal is the same kind of thing Microsoft's doing right now. But they also have their exclusives. So
but if Microsoft has the Game Pass, they're keeping people invested in like a continual revenue stream there. But if you were giving people incentive not to invest into the PlayStation market at all, because Sony at the moment doesn't have an equivalent to that, then
That's why I was talking about new services to push the IP and Sony brand both on and outside of console, which is one of the things in the keynote. That's where
I
the
get what
Game
your
Pass
point
equivalent
is
comes
with
from.
that. I'm just saying, like, we just don't know what that is yet. Like, there's nothing there at the moment.
That is true.
Yeah. And I said, if they were just gonna so I guess what I'm like, just kind of to explain my point. Let's just say like Sony tomorrow just dumps all of their like IP onto PC, just magically, it just all appears, everything's there. So you're gonna have people that might have bought a PlayStation 5. They're gonna be like, well, my PC's good enough. I'll just buy it here instead. Which I mean, Sony will still get the money for those games, which is good because that's what they want. But if they make any profit off the console, they're gonna lose out on that.
All right,
And
counterpoint.
they
Very
would
quick
also,
counterpoint.
yeah.
Who's going to go out and buy a PlayStation 5 when they don't exist?
Well, I know. I'm just saying, like hypothetically, like
That
people
was
who
also
can't.
another thing I was assuming. I was assuming that they were doing this sort of thing as a return on investment, as another form of revenue stream, since they can't get the new consoles made right now. They can't keep them on the shelves, and nowhere near as many people as they want have the new system, or can even buy the new system. You can't just
Yeah.
walk into a store and purchase those. So
And
if
part
they
of
have
that
a revenue
conference,
stream coming
actually,
from, wait, what was that?
I would say part of that conference actually, they said they expect the shortages to last all the way into next year too.
Yeah,
now.
until like mid 2022. So like that sort of thing, like that's another form of revenue stream where they're just porting games. They're not putting the money into the marketing of the hardware. They're not putting the money into, the building of the systems. They're not putting money into any of that. They're just making straight money off of putting those games on PC. And they have to do very little because a lot of the optimization will be like the teams that are working on it individually. So Sony themselves aren't the big person that has to deal with that shit. And then on top of that, they're gonna sell that to people that haven't ever played those games before. So like they could sell their older games back to PC people, whereas those older games normally would just be going straight onto PlayStation Plus instead. You know what I'm saying? So like they're making money off of that sort of thing. Like we got Uncharted 4 on PlayStation Plus a few months ago. To like turn around and sell that game for $40 or $50 on PC, that's all profit right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually that is a good point too. My guess is they're probably going to keep sticking it with like the old games, like stuff that they've already just kind of like.
Well, they would have to because those SSDs don't exist yet for the PlayStation 5 outside of the PlayStation 5. So my theory, in this is all in theory, is that until the equivalent SSDs and the stuff you need to actually have the same kind of experience as a PlayStation 5 title with its optimization, with its SSD working in tandem with the system itself, until you have that on PC, which we're working towards that, but until we actually have the hardware, I don't think we'll see those kind of PS5 exclusives. But next year, maybe we'll start seeing some of those PS5 exclusives alongside maybe not hand in hand, but like next year we'll see like maybe Demon Souls or
Maybe.
something like that. And then it's like, okay, well, that was already on PlayStation 5, and it's also now cheaper on PlayStation 5. So the people that have a PlayStation 5 that were able to get it once the consoles are no longer under a shortage now can go get it for like $20, and we're just going to turn around and sell it for like 50 or 60 on PC. So again, it's incentive for the PlayStation 5 owners that went out and was able to actually get a hold of one because they're able to get it for cheaper on their console of choice and it's more convenient. But the people on PC will pay more money because they'll have a better product. And as such, they're just getting straight up money because they don't have to worry about PC hardware because that's all handled by NVIDIA and AMD and Intel. And so Sony doesn't have to invest into the hardware of their PC titles they're putting out, period. They just have their developers work on the optimization and then bam, they're done.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if they just like basically once it gets to the point where they relegate it to like a PlayStation Plus game or whatever, maybe that's when it will be like, free game for PC or whatever. That makes sense. I mean, Horizon, I got a free copy of it the other day because it was one of those games that they were giving away for like stay at home promotion they did. I haven't even booted up. I was like, oh, you're giving this away for free. I'm like, I'll log in to
Meanwhile,
get
they're
it.
selling it for $50-$60 on PC.
Yeah. So I mean, something like that, like those games are basically like, and I think they did it with Uncharted as well. At least the
And
collection. So
And like if you look at their collection of titles that are the PlayStation exclusive titles that are part of that collection that everyone has that has PS Plus on PS5, those titles, like, they could put any of those on PC because those are already free titles for anyone that has a PlayStation 5 and PS Plus. So
and I guess if they're going to use it that way, like as like marketing back to because Horizon 2 is coming out when soon. I don't remember when.
there's actually a keynote on that right now going on.
Huh.
Yeah.
It started
So, I
18
mean,
minutes
like-
ago.
So yeah, so people that got it on PC or whatever now they'll be like, oh, I want to play the second one. Oh, it's only on PlayStation 5. I have to go and sell my kidney to get it or whatever. So
Oh, that actually looks really fucking cool.
selling kidneys.
No, I'm watching the gameplay footage for Horizon 2 right now.
So, anyways, is there anything else you guys had to talk about? I think they covered all the news
Wait, was that
topics.
yeah, I think we're good.
That's it.
I think we're good.
Let's wrap her up then.
All right.
Thank you everyone for listening to us tonight. Don't forget you can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google, Amazon, wherever you get your podcasts. We're there.
Just anywhere, really.
It's everywhere and anywhere.
If you walk outside, you'll just start hearing us.
You gotta lay down at night and you just hear me start screaming at Nick and Mike because Mario Kart is absolutely a Mario game.
Quick question:
It's
Is
not.
Fortune Street a Dragon Quest game or a Mario game?
See, the thing is,
Come
Fortune
on,
Street doesn't have
Come on.
Dragon Quest in the title. It doesn't
Come on,
have
coward.
Mario in the title. It's clearly a party game. It's
Come
the
on.
same as Smash Brothers. Why are you not understanding that? I just
So
don't
Smash
get
Brothers
it.
has
Sega
Brothers
All
in it.
Stars Racing is in a Sonic.
The first one,
No,
Sonic All Stars Racing.
No, it's Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing.
No, it's Sonic All Stars Racing Transformed.
Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing.
Transformed wasn't the first one.
No, that's what I said.
Oh,
The first game is called Sonic, and there's a huge ampersand on the cover. Sega All Stars Racing.
What's the second game called?
Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing Transformed.
No.
Do not question me on the hog. If you got it for Xbox, it was Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing with Banjo-Kazooie. Is it a Banjo-Kazooie game now?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
you know what my favorite Legend of Zelda game is, Nick?
Which one?
Link's crossbow training.
Hell yeah.
It's a Legend of Zelda game! My god, are you people fucking dense? It doesn't have to be a mainline Legend of Zelda game. It absolutely isn't a mainline
Is
Legend
it
of Zelda
Shin
game.
Megami Tensei 3 or Devil May Cry?
That doesn't make any sense.
Shin Megami Tensei 3 has Dante in it. So
There you go. Sonic
It's not
and Sega
marketed-
All Stars Racing with
Oh,
Banjo-Kazooie, Xbox 360 family games. Eyes on the cover. We got Monkey from Samba de Amigo. We got
Listen. All right.
Eggman.
All right, listen. You are right about the Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing Transform. That is absolutely just a crossover party game sort of thing.
Okay.
All
we're
right,
making a
you're
little
right.
progress.
But you know what? Smash Brothers is not a fucking not a fucking Mario game
It's not.
because it's also a crossover party game where
Yeah.
most of the actual roster isn't just Mario characters.
Yeah.
You know what else is a
Mario Kart has,
crossover
like,
party
two
game?
people that aren't Mario characters. It's in the same world. It's fucking Toadstool Tour, Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. This isn't a Mario game, even though it is
Excite Bike?
Tour.
Excite Bike?
What does that have to do with anything?
That's in
That's
Mario,
in Mario
Kart.
Kart 8. One of the levels is Excite Bike. That's not
Okay.
Mario.
Jesus Christ!
That wasn't DLC.
Oh my God, you're so fucking stupid.
I mean, what about this? What about Diddy Kong Racing? Is that a Donkey Kong game?
That's actually a good question. Because
See, exactly.
wait, actually, no, because that's a rare crossover game. Doesn't
It's
have
Diddy
Donkey
Kong
Kong in the-
Racing.
It doesn't have Donkey Kong in the title, and on top of that, most of the cast of that game is just rare characters. They're not specifically Donkey Kong characters. In fact, the
Same
only
thing with the Mario.
that's not true. That is fucking not true. dude, like 70 to 80% of the cast of Mario Kart games are all Mario characters.
Okay.
I would call it a crossover party game if you're going to
I'd
ask
call
me.
it. I'd call it crossover.
I think this is so dumb.
Fair
I
enough.
think this is the dumbest
enough.
thing I've ever had a human being tell me when it comes to gaming stuff.
Okay.
If your name is in the title and it's you and your friends playing a game together and it is in the world of Mario, it's a fucking Mario game. You know what?
What?
It's part of the franchise. It doesn't mean it's a mainline franchise game. It doesn't have to be. It's still a Mario game. You don't automatically not become a Mario game just because you're sitting inside of a fucking go-kart. Yeah, if I go and sit in a go-kart, I'm not a car.
Well, because obviously it's a cart, Brandon.
I'm not a cart if I sit in a go-kart. If I were to have my birthday party at a fucking Chuck E. Cheese's that also has a go-kart place next to it, and I sit at the go-kart and I race in a go-kart, that doesn't mean it's the go-kart's birthday now, you bitch!
Exactly, because it's a crossover party game.
Crossover party game. It's not Mario's birthday in Mario Party.
No, but they're having a party and there's cake and it's
Yeah.
all of his friends and they're together as one.
Brandon, I will let you know something that I learned about my adult life is that you can buy cake regardless of somebody's birthday, and that's just when the second part of your life begins.
Alright. Is Mario Party a Mario game? Boom.
What did it say?
I don't have an answer.
Well, now I have to Google it and see what got you all quiet.
I don't have an answer. That's what got me all quiet. I was expecting to be like, that's the.
It says Mario Party is a party video game series featuring characters from the Mario franchise. See, exactly.
Is 3-on-3 hoops with Mario? Is that the Mario DDR?
They're all part of the franchise of Mario.
No.
They are.
No.
They're not mainline titles, but it doesn't just because you fucking put some. Jesus Christ.
Anyways, I don't remember where we left off with this closing thing, but Brandon, do you have any final thoughts?
I hate you all. Go subscribe to my Twitch. Twitch.tv/Kagato We stream things every Friday at 8 p.m. This week's stream is Wreckfest, which seems really interesting and was the free PS Plus game for this month. So there you go.
Is it part of the Wreck franchise or is it part of the Fest franchise?
Oh!
It's its own thing, you fucking idiot.
Or is it a crossover party game?
I have no words for you guys. Like I thought you were legitimately like fucking with me at first, telling me that Mario Party and Mario Kart are not Mario games, but I slowly just realized that you're stupid.
Nick, do you have any final thoughts?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, with that said, my name is Mike Anastasia. Find me online. I'm Clash of Penguin on Twitter, your favorite gaming console. And until next week, game on.
Game on.
Games on.
I'm making a Twitter poll for this right now.
I'm voting on it immediately.
Too. I'm also gonna retweet it.
I am too.
Okay, I'll read you the question before I post it, just to make sure I got the wording right.
Okay.
All right, so question. Do you consider Mario Kart and Mario Party to be part of the Mario franchise, or are they crossover party games?
All right.
Does that sound good?
That's perfect.
You just make all the answers no.
The only way you'll win.
And no, I'm gonna do it legit because we're gonna win regardless.
You're not.
So,
You're not.
No in yellow.
James, I can't believe I just had this conversation with these two people. I just had this like 10-minute argument where I was
10
told
minutes.
that Mario Party and Mario Kart, as well as Mario Golf and any other Mario title that even has Mario in the title, are not Mario games. They are quote unquote crossover party games and not part of the Mario franchise. Where do you stand on this, James? Okay, well, where do you sit on this? Okay, but is Mario Party, Mario Kart, Mario Golf, any of the Mario games that... Okay, so basically what they're attempting to say is, like, outside of... Alright, okay, guys, tell me exactly how you're trying to say this. When you say that Mario Party and Mario Kart are not Mario games, what exactly are you trying to say?
What do you mean?
What exactly are you trying to say? I need to have it worded the same exact way that you guys are wording it. Because
No,
you
I
said
don't think
Mario
I
Kart
will.
and Mario Party are not Mario games.
No, they're not specifically like a Mario game. Like
They-
if you were to go like I'm gonna list the top 10 best Mario games, I wouldn't consider naming Kart, Golf, Party any of those because those aren't like.
Okay. All right. So this is basically what they're saying. If you were to make a list of the top 10 best Mario games, they would not consider Golf, Party, Kart, or any of those in that to be available to be put in that list. Period. Because they're not Mario games. I know it's being disingenuous and it's actually quite stupid because like in general they are part of the Mario franchise.
He actually called somebody.